So figuring out how to get your trailer all organized so when you're bumping down the road, things aren't flying all over the place can be a challenge. I thought I'd share some of our organizational hacks that we've come up with, so hopefully you can get an idea of how to organize your own trailer.
We keep things organized in the cabinets with rope baskets. The rope baskets do a great job of making things not slide around in the cabinets. Plus, they're soft, so they're not going to scratch the glass on the doors. And they're flexible, so in the cabinet above the bed, it curves in the back, and these will just squish in and work with whatever shape you have available. So we have some smaller ones in the cabinet above the dinette. They are 10 by 11 inches and then 5 inches tall. And then we have some larger ones above the bed, and those ones are 13 by 14 inches and then 6 inches tall. In the cabinet above the dinette, we also have a couple of shelves. These shelves work above our rope baskets, and it allows us to have two levels in the cabinets that we use for our pantry. So it just is a better use of space. Now, of course, we don't want the glass cabinets to get scratched. So what we did was wrap pipe cleaner around the corners of each of the shelves. So that way they are padded not only on the front, but if they tip forward, it's still padded on the top corners too. One of our favorite ways to organize the trailer is just using cardboard. Don't underestimate what you can do with cardboard. We use it to make dividers in our rope baskets. We also use it to store things that we just don't have any other container that size. So we use it to store some books in one of the cabinets. We have a small cardboard cutout that works great to put the kids' silverware in. And we also have another piece of cardboard that works perfect just to stick our soaps in while we're traveling. So we can stick them in the sink, but they're not going to fall over and spill soap everywhere. We also got a magnetic paper towel holder. It attaches to the hood of the stove. And it's pretty strong, so we can keep the paper towel holder there while we're traveling, and we just take the paper towels off of the hook, and then when we arrive at camp, we could just slide them on. In our microwave, we keep a bread warmer, so this allows us to warm up some bread if we want to, but it also just makes it really easy to store things in our microwave without them bouncing on the glass. So we can just put whatever we want to store inside of this bread warmer. And then if we want to use our microwave, it just takes a second to grab this out instead of having to pull out a bunch of separate individual items. To keep beer in our fridge, we found the best way is to use the plastic snap-on beer carriers. When you buy a 6-pack or a 4-pack of craft beer, it oftentimes just comes with one of these carriers and you can reuse them. And so we found that this is a really easy way to make them not slide around while we're traveling, and it's easier to snap it off of one of these than it is to pull it out of a box in this little fridge, just because you don't need as much vertical space. To keep the bunks organized, we have an organizer in each of the bunks that the kids can put things in, and they're just on there with command hooks, so it's easy to pull it off if the kids don't want it in their bunks for any reason. And then we also have jumbo command hooks that they use to put their backpacks on, which is what they use to pack their clothes. In the bathroom, we have a couple of tension rods that we use to keep items so they don't shift around. And these are easy just to turn and adjust. So if you don't have too many items, you can put it closer to the wall. And then if you need to add more stuff, you can just adjust the tension rods, pull them out a little bit, and then you can shove even more things in there so they don't slide around and shift while traveling. We have a couple of mesh cargo nets that we added near the TV. Now, we're actually lucky enough to have a little cabinet above the TV. I guess the newer J-Feather micros don't come with that, but even with that, we would have cables running up, and we didn't really like the look of that. So these cargo nets allow us to hide the cables, and it also is a more convenient place to grab remotes. And then in our storage cubes here, this is where we normally keep our clothes. And before we were just throwing a duffel bag in there, which worked fine, but wasn't really a great use of space. So now we have these organizers that we put in there. We can take the organizers into the house, load them up with clothes, and then it's really easy just to slide them in here. And there's a little bit extra space on the side that we can either tuck a sweatshirt or put a laptop.
I hope that helped give you a few ideas of what you can do to help organize the inside of your trailer. If you're looking for any more ideas, we do also have a video on our favorite interior accessories. So if you like this, please check that out as well. Thanks.